The way to empty our mind, the way to remove all thoughts is to observe our breath.
Meditation is about understanding self. The practice of meditation is helping us experience that energy that we really are. Meditation is increasing our total well-being and helping us grow holistically. It's increasing our physical vitality, increasing our memory power and intelligent quotient. It's helping us make great friends and become more self-aware and then build those relationships to celebrate life. And it's helping us understand that our happiness is multiplied when we work with others. That is inspiring us to make a meaningful contribution to whatever we do.
There is no doubt about it. Whoever is meditating, their quality of life improves certainly in all respects. Some get total transformation, many feel better in health, but harmony, peace of mind more than anything else, fulfillment. Ultimately, all what we do in every walk of life, power, money, everything is for contentment and peace of mind.
And we are able to see a palpable difference of his value addition. You see, bringing mind, body and soul together, getting us a lot of focus, positive thinking. The whole day becomes a very smooth sail after a wonderful meditation. Trying to understand that Aham Brahmasmi, the concept, comes beautifully out of this meditation. And I think it's a huge value addition. My only wish is the next generation, right from the beginning, they should get this, it should go to the schools, it go to the colleges, so that we are able to make fine human beings. And when the human beings are perfect, the society is perfect, the country is perfect.
My thoughts have become more and more positive now. Reaction to the problems I'm observing that is becoming more and more positive. My attitude towards life also more and more positive. I'm mindful of everything now. Previously I used to grab my lunch and eat while going in the car, and now even I am very much mindful eating. I feel some sort of refinement in me.
I've seen a lot of changes that happen to me. It's beautiful. I just wanted to try it to see to myself. So I've learned a lot of knowledge, which is like all my 10 years of medicine is to one side, and this is to one side, this 40 days meditation session. Thank you so much, sir, because this really enlightened me. The manifestation session, when you said, I always dreamed of writing my prescription as meditation for everything. So I wish the day comes, and I'm really looking forward to it.
One more thing, I have become a pure vegetarian, which last 40 days I have not touched even on a single day. And meditation is going to be the first prescription or first line of letter.
Since the last 30 days I have been doing meditation, I have noticed that my sleep pattern has definitely reduced. I feel more energetic and positive. I also have been having lesser thoughts. I've been able to focus better. I've had health issues. My hunger cravings are also coming down. Yes, there have been a lot of positive changes. This has been a very great way to connect with a lot of people.
The multiple 40-day sessions that I've attended over the last 3 to 4 months, I can very confidently say that I'm able to live every moment of my life very well. I'm able to connect well with my family, with my friends, my co-workers, and more importantly with my patients.
We put ourselves in different situations and events to see how we act and react. By observing how we act and how we react, we understand ourselves. we explore ourselves, we improve ourselves. The mind that sits in meditation and the mind that comes out of meditation is not the same. We are here to learn from every great master.
Good evening, friends, and happy morning to those joining from the West. Welcome back. You probably heard now when many leaders, doctors, talking about how meditation helps heal. Want to have, doctors expressing, saying, I would rather have meditation instead of medication. So yes, it definitely helps heal ourselves. But healing is not just a physical health. We also heal mentally. There is a holistic healing that happens. How many of you have observed a child, maybe like 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and you ask them, what do you want to do? You'll have all kinds of answers. Somebody will say, I want to go to moon. I want to be an astronaut. Somebody will say, I want to be a pilot. Somebody will say, I just want to become a train conductor. All kinds of, there is no inhibitions. Now, if you look at that child, and maybe you look back at your own childhood, and you probably we had all those ideas, all those, the way we danced, the way there's no care. You wouldn't care what others said at that time. So are we like that now? Maybe some of you are, but what happened from then and now? We slowly start getting conditioned. We started, your parents would say, why are you thinking like that? That is not good. This is not good. Or your neighbors, somebody would say, hey, you can't do this. You slowly get conditioned. Start feeling, oh, maybe they're right. And we slowly become programmed. Some of the programming are good, but many times we programmed with negative conditions. Programmed to be in a survival mode. Say you are, in the family, or you're in the schools, college, your neighborhood, a lot of arguments, people abusing each other, shouting. So if you've had that, and somebody, you feel threatened, and you feel like you have to survive. Or in your environment, you've had a predominantly somebody say that they will do this for you only if you do, if you behaved, only if you did this, and only if you did that. Basically, we are saying conditioned love. You feel that, actually people may not care for you. If there are things that you feel that, if your boss is not caring for you, your colleagues are not caring for you, your, friends do not care for you. It could be that somebody has been judging you. Of course, you can't speak in the public. You are no good at singing. The way you walk is not good. The way you dress is not good. You have inferiority complex. Many of these, when somebody keeps telling and you feel that, hey, maybe I'm not that. If there is a very authoritarian figure in your childhood, maybe you feel there is no freedom, you can't make a choice. Somebody said that you have to do this course, you have to do that, you have to live this way. So you feel there is no freedom, and then you start thinking, hey, that is maybe how I have to listen to somebody else to. So all of that, when it comes in the childhood, and as we grow, it goes deep into our subconscious mind. I probably would have heard about those repeated thoughts. We get 50 to 60,000 thoughts repeatedly. So when you're programmed with these kind of limiting beliefs and limited emotions, those repeated thoughts will continue to keep that in your subconscious mind. So now what do we do with this? So do we blame our parents, our environment, our friends and family? A lot of us do that unconsciously. Something happens, hey, it is because of this. But one thing that I realized is all this blaming is assuming that somebody else have a control on us. Somebody is conditioned us. So we are not responsible for it. But when you practice meditation, you realize these are programming that you did for yourself. Of course, there is environmental conditions that happened. Meditation helps you to go into that inner child in you and bring that. How many of us wouldn't want to just play out when there is rain? Don't care for what others are saying. It's like that child. Just goes out, plays, it doesn't matter. If there is rain, if there is, just have fun. How many of us don't want that? We can all have that, and it's our responsibility to have that, because it is that inner child, the child in us is always free, limitless, because you don't have any limit on what you can do. When you ask a child, you'll say, hey, no, I'm I want to do that. I want to do this, because that's truly who they feel like. There's no limit to what they can do. And that is actually true. So with meditation, while we improve relationships, we talk about a little bit of relationships today. The first relationship that we heal is with ourselves. So we go back to that inner child. We realize that, hey, we have that ability to reprogram and bring that inner child out. We can remove all those conditioning that has happened. How many of you feel, like 3 weeks, now we are almost 3 weeks. How many feel happy? Maybe somebody, can type in the chat. Yes, Manjunath. Just feel, without understanding why you are happy, just happy. Or feel free. Wonderful. Because that is what we are doing as part of meditation. We are reprogramming all those, removing all those conditions or limiting beliefs. We bring out that inner child. So when we heal our relationship with ourselves, we feel good about ourselves. Not dependent on somebody's approval to be happy. So friends, meditation is a great tool. It's a skill that we inculcate within us. It is always with us. So whenever we want, we can just some of the deeper emotions as we learn, some based on our conditioning, our environment, might take a little longer. But knowing that you have the simple tool always with you, you can be free. You can be free to do whatever that you want, because you feel that the right guidance comes to you. So friends, let's get into this practice of meditation again today. And we'll talk a little bit about relationship and emotional intelligence after that, right? So relax. Practice breath mindfulness meditation. The technique is very simple. Sit in a comfortable position on the chair or on the floor. No special posture needed. Just fingers into fingers, comfortably holding on your lap, crossed at the ankle, and closing our eyes. So remember, this time is purely for yourself, to go to that inner child and bring that, go with that intention. When you go completely thoughtless, you are actually in that, your inner child. So relax, friends. Forget about everything that has happened today. Just focus on your breath. And before that, just observe every part of the body. Relaxing completely. Your neck, shoulders, hands, fingers, legs, knee, ankle, feet. Every part of the body is fully relaxed. And place your hands on the chest area. Let's get into the meditation, friends.
Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your sacred heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. And can you feel your beautiful heart? With that breath energy, breathe more and feel your beautiful heart, that seat of all emotions. Our primary connection into this universe, which is expanding all life with its love energy, with its gratitude energy. Can you feel love, gratitude inside your beautiful heart? Relive a moment from your life of love, of gratitude. Feel more of that love energy, of that gratitude energy, and expand your heart center. Dear friends, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. With your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural, in breath and the out breath. In this meditation, we observe our natural, peaceful in-breath and the out-breath for the whole duration. Be with your breath. Become one with that in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. And when the mind is empty, we slowly merge into that greater emptiness, that quantum energy field. Our divine self. with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath, and yourself to slowly and slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. As you observe the breath, notice the lightness in your breath. Allow yourself to completely merge into that lighter and shallow in breath and the out breath. With your eyes closed, become one with your breath, dear friends. Allow yourself to merge into your in breath and the out breath. And slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. As your mind is becoming empty, can you feel any sensations in your body? Can you feel emptiness inside you, all around you, as you're becoming one with your breath? become aware of that emptiness where there is no body, where there is no thing, where there is no one, in no place and no time. Allow yourself to go deeper into that emptiness of no body, no thing, as you become one with your breath. All emptiness is energy. That's quantum energy field with infinite possibility and opportunity. Everything you have ever experienced or will experience is here in the form of energy, waiting to happen into our physical reality. The longer we stay and connected to this energy as no body, the more we receive from this field. Keep your eyes closed. Stay aware of that emptiness as no body. And stay connected with the abundance of energies in this field. find yourself distracted, go back to observing your breath. Bring yourself into the present moment and experience that emptiness inside you, all around you. Yourself to merge into your breath and merge into that emptiness where everything is connected to everything else. The longer we stay with this emptiness as no body, the more we become everybody, and the more we experience our wholeness. Yourself to go deeper and deeper into that emptiness of every body. Go deeper and deeper into yourself as you merge into your breath, dear friends. And yourself. To merge into your breath. Merge into that emptiness where everything is connected to everything else. The longer we stay with this emptiness as no body, the more we become everybody, and the more we experience our wholeness. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into the emptiness of every body. Friends, let's express gratitude. Gratitude for living this beautiful life. Be grateful to your parents for giving us this intelligent connection to this universe. Be grateful to our teachers and mentors for expanding our knowledge and wisdom. Be grateful to all the people in your life, your family, your friends, relatives, colleagues, partners, everybody, for helping us learn so many things. Be grateful to this grand nature, to the animals, the birds, the fish, all the planets and stars, for inspiring that awe in us every moment and being that mystical energy into our lives. Be grateful to all the things we use, the technology, the places we visit, the systems that support us, our governments and companies, various people who help us. Be grateful to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, for allowing consciousness to explore through you. Be grateful to this intelligent energy field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Feel your body. Relax yourself and let the autonomous nervous system repair the body. As you relax, recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? What have you seen? Who have you become? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes.
Excellent. Anybody would want to share your experience on today's meditation before we maybe somebody wants to share? All right, I think just probably still relaxing from the meditation. We will take it towards the end then. So we spoke about healing your inner child. We also spoke about how through the childhood and as we grow, a lot of programming that we go through and which goes into our subconscious mind. So we'll understand from the science how this actually happens and also help you the same mechanism that is help you program will help you reprogram as well. And in the context of relationship, this is quite important. They say your IQ will give you a job. The knowledge, intelligence, intellect will give you a job to really grow and build a great career. You need EQ or emotional quotient, which finally translates to building relationship and friendship. As you develop great friendship with your colleagues, with your partners, with your boss, with your customers, with your neighbors, everybody around you. There's so much that you can create. So let's understand this a bit, friends, about how we build this. This process called learning, doing, and being. You might have seen this picture briefly, but our human brain has basically 3 parts. Neocortex, or the thinking brain or logical brain, also called as learning brain, which is the biggest portion of our brain. This is where you actually, when you read, when you listen, when you see, when you smell, taste, all that sensory inputs, the information that you gather through all these different senses actually comes through this neocortex, and the largest portion, and among all species, this is, we as a human species has the largest percentage of neocortex. Also call it as a conscious mind. It's also a portion which enables you to observe your own thoughts. Now, when you receive information, for example, when somebody told you you can't dance, you can't speak well, somewhere in, so you get this. And when if you felt ashamed at that point in time, or whatever feeling that came in at that point in time, now when this experience whole is stored as part of a subconscious mind, limbic system, the second part of the brain, with emotions, empathy, the deep memory, the experiences, all that is stored here. And the last part, which is called the being brain or the unconscious mind, unconscious not from physiological standpoint, but more from spiritual standpoint, but in essentially things that you don't even recognize that keeps happening, like all your heartbeat, respiratory organs, all these happen, and anything that fight or flight responses that we spoke about earlier. All these autonomous functions of the body is taken care by the reptilian complex. It happens, whether you consciously observe it or not, it happens. So when we receive information, when we receive things, listen to or have experiences with, have conversations with people, we keep learning, because everything is a learning. When a child sees a rocket going up, its mind fills with great wonder, and then it's seeing that it wants to say, I want to fly too. Sees the bird flying high, it wants to fly, it feels so great. So that emotion goes in and says, I want to fly. But at the same time, somebody, a person of authority tells, hey, don't look at that. You cannot do it. That bird can fly, but you can't. Suddenly it feels dejected. And that goes into your subconscious mind too. So you keep learning in different things. Now, let's understand a bit more in terms of how these memories are stored. So our brain's primarily made up of neurons. So the fundamental cells in our brain is called neurons, and we have billions and billions, 100 billions plus neurons in our brain. And each of those neurons make connections. So making a connection is about storing. When you receive input through your this one, and you have some information, a connection is made, data is stored. And just to give a scale of how much we can actually store, a brain can store about 150,000 crore songs. 150 crore HD movies. Think of the scale or the potential of our human brain. It can store so much of information and so much of experiences. So there is this thing called cells that fire together, wire together. So when the information is received, these neurons get triggered. There are what is called as firing in this context. And they make connection. And when you keep repeating that, so when next time, let's say your friend said, maybe in the first time, maybe your uncle said that, hey, you can't dance, you can't do that, don't think too high. You would have formed some connections. So next time somebody else tells you something similar, and that goes towards as well. And you start thinking in your own mind, hey, maybe I can't do. So when you have those repeated thoughts, this connection becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Storing as a text needs less connections. If you read in a book and see that, hey, you have great potential. Okay, great. You'll store that. Now, if you have, let's say, an image of a bulb with great, it says idea. You have great ideas. And suddenly that in the number of, because you have also seen an image, you need more neurons to store that information, because image needs more connections. But the good thing is, if you need more connections to store that, chances of you forgetting is less. So in case you forget, great ideas as a text, but if you are storing it with that image of the bulbs, you will always, whenever you see that bulb, you'll remember, hey, I can think of great ideas. Now, even more connections are needed if you store it with feelings and experiences. When you probably still remember from your childhood, if you have seen something really wonderful and it really touched you and you wanted to be that, because you felt that experience. So storing with experience needs more connection. So it actually feels, it can stay longer. You won't remember. You will remember more, rather. So you actually, from a concept of learning, doing, being, you actually learn first, and then when you do and experience it, let's say you read a book about you are a placebo, or 4 agreements, which says that, hey, don't take anything personally. Don't make any assumptions about anybody else. Now you read that, but you repeat that with, let's say, a friend, and tell, hey, I've learned about something new today. And then you actually experience, and when somebody shouts at you, and suddenly you remember this and tells, hey, no, I don't have to make assumptions. Maybe he's having his own situations. I've read this book, I remember. Now, when you attach that experience with that knowledge that you've gained, it becomes stronger. So when we have to reprogram, when we are looking at reprogramming our subconscious mind, when we are talking about building great relationship, we first learn. So learning happens with multiple ways. You read books about relationship. What is it that you are capable of? And then you start slowly implementing it in your own life. You start observing. And where does meditation come into it? We start observing. With meditation, we become fully present. When you read information, you capture it, but then you will also have the presence of mind to actually implement it, because you are repeating that. You, instead of repeating those unnecessary subconscious mind that is already stored in the subconscious mind, the pre-programming that's already done, you suddenly remember, hey, no, I can change this because the new information that I have received now. So when on one side, when you say there is a cells that fire together, wire together, there is also that use it or lose it. So when you don't use that, so when you don't no longer use that old habit, old program of being scared of somebody, being conditioned, you feel no freedom. Any of those experiences that you've had pre-programmed, with meditation, you stop disconnecting from that. You no longer are thinking about the old thoughts. So when you no longer think, you actually lose it. So you break from that pattern. So you only start using things that actually feels good for you. So as you go through this learning, doing, being process, you become more aware of yourself. You recognize that you are more than what is conditioned by outside, whatever that had happened in your past. You have great potential, whatever that your inner child that you had, you start recognizing that in yourself. You become really strong. You no longer get perturbed by somebody telling you, hey, you cannot do this. So the self-awareness is strong because you become very mindful of every emotions, everything that comes through you. You recognize that probably is only based on the past programming that I had. It is not truly who I am. And with that self-awareness, you also have now become more expressive, truly expressive, in the sense you express only based on what you feel is right. You can say no. You realize you can say gently, you can say no. Somebody tries to pressurize you to do things, you can say, hey, I don't have to listen to this. I don't think I should be doing this. Because you don't react. When somebody shouts at you, you don't react, but instead you wait and recognize that, hey, maybe that person is not understood what I had to say. So you become better and great at expressing what you actually want to share. In the meetings, in the group gatherings, if you have something real to say, you know, go ahead and step in and actually share that. You don't feel that you are no longer have the ability to share. So when you start sharing, when let's say you read a great book about you can heal yourself, you share this with everybody, with your friends, with your colleagues. Tell, hey, this is what I learned. I know today I can. And when you have experienced yourself and you start sharing, you actually start inspiring others, because you are giving that positive information, positive trait that others can follow. You become an example that others want to follow. So when the next part of the emotional intelligence about empathy naturally comes. What is empathy? Empathy is truly understanding that everybody are the same. Each of us have different conditions, but essentially we are one. When you go into meditation, when you go into that emptiness state, you recognize that we are all part of that energy field. So when somebody comes, maybe somebody, a disabled person, instead of feeling sorry for that person, you recognize that, hey, that person has a lot of courage to, in spite of his disability, his or her disability, they're doing great things. They are working this out. You stop helping unless somebody asks for help. Because when they truly ask for help, you actually understand that they are asking for it. Otherwise, we no longer think that somebody is lower than us or higher for that matter, because we are all part of the same. So we become more empathetic. And we start engaging beautifully with everybody. We no longer differentiate between different sets of people. We listen to people. Personally, for me, when I started practicing the meditation, I realized that when my interaction with my team changed drastically. Instead of thinking that the junior most employee in my team, I would ignore earlier, but I recognize that they have great things to contribute. Instead of thinking my colleague is a competition, I actually started recognize that we can work as a team. And when I changed, I realized others' response to me also changed. So that is the beauty of emotional intelligence, friends. Because when we change, things around us change naturally. So friends, I know we went a little over, but meditation is a great tool to build relationships. Build great relationship with yourself and then the relationship with others naturally. I'm sure as you continue this practice and as you learn more, I mean, read more, understand more, you'll start recognizing many of this in yourself. So thank you, friends. It has been a pleasure to share some of this with you. And if anybody wants to share your experience about how your relationship has changed, would love to hear. Anybody wants to share? You can raise your hand. Yes. Yes, Mr. Pradeep.
Yes, sir. With my father, my relationship is very good now, sir. After doing meditation, before I and my father work closely in my field, different things like spraying pesticides and regulating water for the crops, and we miscommunicate. Sometimes my father is busy and he didn't do like he can't focus on things, sir, like a timetable for water and pesticides. Now because he didn't have enough money to manage that. I always be angry on him. Why you are neglecting these crops? We have losses. Once when I felt that if I want to harvest yield good, then we have to pay. We have to be very. What I can't explain. No, sir. If I am in his place, how can I manage money? I thought that. I felt very regretted myself that he is managing very good. Unless unnecessarily I am angry on his negligence. That I understood now. Sir.
Wonderful. Amazing. You are a perfect example of how being empathetic and expressive. You have come out and started sharing your experience. Example of how meditation helps you to become more expressive because you want to share. And your example of how you overcome your anger because you are empathetic. You realize that, there are others, your father. I mean, of course, we really get angry and a lot of things, emotions come up with our close relationship. Amazing. Thank you, Pradeep, for that wonderful sharing. Yes, Pradeep.
Sir, with my father, I'm not talking with my father from last so many years. Don't know why, sir. I'm not connected with my father. He's living in village, I'm in Bangalore. I'm talking with everyone with happily and engaging with everyone. But with my dad, no. After so many days, 3 days back, he called me and asked me, how are you? Why, sir, it's happening? Don't know. Not connected with. I'm talking with everyone happily and doing meditation. I'm staying and I'm happy.
You have to ask yourself that question. You will get an answer when you ask that deeply, why that is happening. Because every relationship is something that is experienced from the past. So ask that question. Ask yourself that question in meditation.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure you'll find answers. Of course, reading helps. Reading books like Awakened Family, reading books on 4 agreements, the control drama, the Celestine prophecy. Amazing books, 3 books, I would say, that will help you understand your relationship. And of course, there is also this law of attraction, eventually, which will also help you understand these.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yes, I think yes, I hear there's a book by Robin Sharma on family wisdom. I think that is a good book too. You should read that. Thank you, Usha. Yes. Bhuvana, you have something to share?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the amazing session. So, friends, we are heading to the final week and end of the final week. So, we just have 2 more days, and as all of you are aware, we will be sharing self-assessment form. So, it is the criteria to get a certificate. So, the self-assessment, the second self-assessment form will be sent in your. I'm audible, right, sir?
You're breaking a little bit. I don't know if it's only me or.
No, sir, it's her earphones. Bhuvana, please continue without your earphones.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Lalita, you want to?
Yes.
Go ahead, Bhuvana. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess we do not have her. So, friends, yeah, so we do have our second self-assessment survey coming up. So, we'll be sharing it in the groups. Again, you have filled the form at the beginning of the program, and it's the perfect time at the end of the program to self-check what progress you have made. So that form, that self-assessment form really helps you. And we also would like to remember that filling that form is another necessary criteria for getting the certificate at the end of the program. And tomorrow being Saturday and the weekend, you all know we do have our week 3 poll coming up and the weekend flow dance also. So yes, last 2 days we will celebrate with dance, and we'll try to bring in some great speakers also for the last 2 days. We're also expecting to hear more from you as well. Do share your this 21 days journey. Yeah, hoping to hear more from you than us for the last 2 days. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lalita. Yes, time to bring that, all that inner child, celebrate. So, absolutely. I think last 2 days will be fun. I'm sure, I hope all these days were fun too. I had fun sharing this and would love to hear more. I know new people to share your experiences tomorrow. And friends, yes, and do fill the self-assessment survey. First time when I filled, that's when I recognized many things that I'm actually going through is actually, there is change in me. I felt, but I didn't know how to, what was the change that's happening. So it's a great tool to understand our own progress. Thank you, friends. And we'll meet back again tomorrow.
I sing like the birds, I grow like the trees, I choose to live in love, I am joy, I am ease, I sing like the birds, I grow like the trees, I choose to live in love, I am joy, I am ease. I choose no more fear. I choose no more shame. I choose to live in love. I am light. I am grace. I choose no more fear. I choose no more shame. I choose to live in love. I am light, I am grace, I choose no more fear, I choose no more.
Thank you guys. Let's meet back again tomorrow.